Hello everyone, my name is Sky, and this is another Imperial Valley chat. Just thought I would look at a map here and just see what I could see and figure out. So what I did was I used this Google map image and used some trace paper and just traced out everything well really all the major roads that I could find. So as you can see, we got Salton Sea up here, Mexico border, Interstate 8, military reservation, military reservation, military reservation, military reservation. 86, Westmoreland, Calapat, Brawley, Imperial, El Centro, Holtville, Heber, and Calexico right here. So, Heber, Calexico, yeah. Ocotillo way out here. So, looking at this, what can we see? Well, there's San Diego's one direction, Los Angeles two directions, Los Angeles three directions, Las Vegas four directions, Yuma, Arizona five directions, Mexico six directions. Okay, so six directions to go, and all these roads which are kind of like doing the same thing. Really what I'm seeing is that people want to go from north to the south, east to the west. Alright, so east to west is pretty good, pretty taken care of. North to south, though, total messed up situation here. Especially when you consider that, okay, doing 65, stop, light, stop, freeway, interstate. And then stop before you get to the border. So, too much stop and go traffic, in my opinion. A couple easy ways I can see to do it is Westmoreland's right here. Create a bypass with a overpass, so there's no stoplight, there's no stop sign, and also created a business loop with that bypass, so Westmoreland does not lose business. Same as Brawley, you can connect it right here, have or create a business loop. Somehow or other it's going to work with New River, but I think there's a way. Now, as far as Imperial and El Centro, that's a bit tougher of a nut to crack. But I think what you can do is Imperial Avenue from Interstate 8, turn it into a expressway, but better yet, turn it into a freeway or an extension of the interstate. Have it, submerge it, have it run underneath the railroad tracks, but go along here, and even when it gets into Imperial, just have overpasses over it at key locations. Once you get past Imperial, then okay, it's a state route again, and you can have the cross traffic allowed. That way, okay, so travelers can zip along here to reach the 8. Right here, of course, is where you're going to want to put in the or rip out the landscape and put in commercial, so you make it like Banning. Because that way people travel along here, like, hey, well, where's a good place to stop? Well, I'll stop right here in El Centro. And then, bam, the last place is to stop and go is right here. So to clean that up, create an expressway through Calexico. Let's see. So, but looking at all this, and incidentally, so this is Drew Road, and this is where the last of the green is. To prove my point, here is satellite image. So Drew Road runs along here, and this is like All-American, not All-American Canal, but where is that, the All-American Canal? Well, the Highline Canal, I should say. But, so, as you can see from all of that, what's interesting to me is that if distance is no longer an issue anymore, because this whole town, or the whole layout, is based on a 1900s, early 1900s horse and buggy, early automobile, Model T vehicles, and so because of that, this is all the fertile land, and you had to travel to that fertile land, and you had the fertile land, because of this fertile land, you had to have access to a market to get rid of the produce. So you don't need that anymore, or you don't need to follow that methodology anymore. It seems to me that since this is also below sea level and is generally unhealthy for humans to live in, move people to the west or the east, out of the below sea level portion, and with these thoroughfares connecting through, wherever there's basically a cross, or like a intersection of some sort, that's where ideally we're going to want to build a community. On top of that, when you look at Mexico down here, the traffic congestion, pollution is just horrible. And it really seems that Mexicali is having a hard time just coping with its current layout and infrastructure. So how can you change that? Well, why don't you just move and shift things around? So my crazy idea, and this is something like you could do in 100 years maybe, is, alright, so whatever happens in 86, you have a straight down road, or freeway, interstate, that goes right down and joins the 8. The other thing is that the 8 comes up here just to meet up with El Centro. Well, you don't need that really, because it just comes up and then goes back down. Just have it go straight across and continue straight to Mexico. So right here you just have a neat little four-way exchange. Here you can create a new community, and on the map there's a place called Edgar. So I thought, hey, why not try that? But it pretty much comes right down to Mount Signal. So you can create a new port of entry right there, and I'm actually kind of thinking, have the port of entry right here, Mount Signal our side, El Centinela on the Mexican side, but don't build any community there. Have the community, the border community, be Edgar or Santa Isabela. Build up those areas and have it set up so that you don't have a population living right next to a pollution inducing border checkpoint. So by extending that, so we see, okay, over here in the east, Date City. This is out in the middle of the desert foliage, but anybody from Mexico going to the east towards Yuma, hey, they just take the north side of the Salton Sea. Anybody going to Mexico or heading to San Diego, they can take the south side of Salton Sea. This place becomes Moss, and that goes off to Las Vegas. Nyland kind of stays there. Westmoreland stays there as well. So I don't know. Just a wild, crazy idea.